and I was gonna just do it with very minimal edits, other than, you know, fast forwarding the boring stuff. But I'm lazy and I'm short on time right now. But let's get right into this. So as you guys see, I am Prestige 1, level 16, so not everyone's already, you know, Prestige and blah 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 blah. So you may not have all the stuff I have to make this easier on you, such as a fucking maxed Gallo, like, sweat. Yeah, whatever. Not the point. But what I can say though is that it shouldn't be anything that's too hard to get. For field upgrades, you want to use Ether Shroud or Ring of Fire, and you get Ether Shroud at like level 16 and Ring of Fire at like, I believe, like 20 something. Or even, I don't know if you get it early. No, I think you get it earlier than Ether Shroud if I'm not mistaken. But having this one maxed is just crazy insane. So as you can see, it says double burn effect damage, so that's like Molotovs and so on and so forth, as well as napalm and all that type of stuff. Ring blocks enemy projectiles, super useful against the Megaton. And while in the ring, the ammo is taken from your stock instead of the magazine. Super useful. Also, I believe the burn effect damage also bonuses to like splash damage. Like, I think the ray gun gets bonused from the ring of fire, and so does like the thing, like the China Lake and stuff, or M79, whatever you want to call it. For perks, you know, I have them all maxed, but it really doesn't matter all that much as long as you have like the first 3 maxed. You should be good. Maybe even the first 4. This one right here is super useful because of the fall damage immunity, which helps when you're doing plane wing, and increased backpedal speed is useful all the time. Elemental pop, the final one's really useful. I mean, they're all useful, of course, but that final one really makes a big difference. And Deadshot Daiquiri, the first one, makes a huge difference. The other two you could go without, but they're also still super useful. Very quick revive, you need this one upgraded for it to even be of any use in solo. Like, I mean, it has some use, the whole reduce the time it takes to regen to full health by 50%. But the big deal is they reduce the delay before you start regenerating. But yeah, that's really about it. And I believe the reviving an ally will also heal to full health. I believe that works when using a self-revive. Speed Call, the most important one, honestly, is just the final one. And then for Juggernog, the most important one is also the final one, but you get this pretty much almost automatically. For ammo mods, I recommend just having Napalm maxed, and Deadwire, honestly. These two are super useful. Cryo Freeze is good whether it's maxed or not, but having it maxed can also help, of course. And Brain Rot, I mean, I never put on any of my weapons, but it's good to have maxed for when Elemental Pop activates it, I guess. Weapon classes, melee being maxed really helps, but you don't get that till level 52. Pistols helps with ray gun damage, and shotguns helps with the Howler and the Gallo, which are 2 of the best weapons in the game. And submachine gun being maxed is... MP5 is really good, I guess, and the Bison's also really good. Tac rifles, it's good, I guess. That 10% crit can help. The 3 additional attachment slots is really kind of unnecessary, but I mean, it works, I guess. I'm probably going to just max all these out in a second anyways, because I just have so many extra crystals, and as you can see, I have everything that you need maxed. These 3 kind of suck. Frost Blast is okay, perks I have all maxed, and ammo mods I have all maxed, so... Yeah, attack rifles, the DMR-14 is good. Sniper rifles, the one on the wall by the Elemental Pop is really good. The LW, LMGs, the Stoner is really good, and assault rifles, the AK is really good, and the Krieg can be pretty decent, as well as the M4 during earlier rounds. So, you know. Living that life, I guess. Anyway, moving on. And nothing else that I can think of really matters all too much for your class. Spawning with the Gallo is really useful because you can spawn with the 12-round mag, but you can't roll off the wall or off of re-rolling parts. And there's some other parts you can't roll, like I don't believe you can roll this part as well as this one if you want to use it. I don't recommend using it. Having better close range damage is better. None of these really matter for zombies, I guess. I mean, if you want to use them, you know, whatever. And then this one's kind of good stock, helps with a bunch of different stuff. You just hip fire accuracy though, most of these will. I would actually almost use like something like this instead, or keep a sight on. I don't really know, I don't really care. I just want to keep the sight on to, you know, upgrade my appearance stuff for it, because, you know, you get a lot of pretty cool reticles. Extinction's pretty cool, Intersect's cool, Apex is really nice, these final ones are cool. This one kind of looks like a Sharingan. But yeah, that's really all that matters. I'm actually going to show off Ring of Fire this game, even though I like using Aether Shroud. And let's pretty much get into it. And I'm going to be doing this in a solo lobby, it really doesn't matter. This method will work with friends too, if you really need to. Doing this method with one of my friends, we got to round 48. Doing this by myself, I got to round 58. And I've also soloed to round 48 once before when I first got it with pretty much no experience, so even someone who isn't that good can use these steps and get pretty decent stuff. So start off with some basics that I can tell you before we even get into this. Don't try rolling for the ray gun until around 21 or around 25-ish. That's when I start rolling. And if you don't get it within like 20,000 around 21, the zombie's gonna die by the time you get done with that many box rolls anyway, so just wait till around 25. And then around 25, just start it again, and so on and so forth, until you get the ray gun. It shouldn't be too difficult. I've gotten it so many times. I've gotten it pretty much every game I've played where I've made it to round 25 or higher. I've died early rounds sometimes just from not paying attention because I had to go, so I really don't count those games. But every game that I've actually tried, I've gotten it. So that's that. Now this part is a little bit controversial on when you should leave this starting area, I guess. I like to leave at round 10 or the one zombie remaining. Some people like to leave at round 8. The reason I like to leave at round 10 is because, as far as I know, the Megaton cannot spawn, nor can dog rounds happen until you leave knocked. Until you either have swamp open or plain open, you pretty much can never get a Megaton round as far as I know. My first time ever playing this, I got kicked off the Wi-Fi and my game glitched out and I couldn't open any of the doors leading outside of knocked. So I ended up making it to round 21, and I never got a Megaton, nor did I get a dog round, so pretty interesting fact that I learned from a little glitch that happened, I guess. Yeah. Now, I do recommend meleeing with your weapon out. It can count towards XP towards your weapon. I'm not sure if it also counts once you have the Bowie, but it's whatever. I believe you also melee faster, plus when you have your gun out, you melee with the Bowie, not your fist. So, you're going to want to have your gun out whether you have the Bowie or not. Now, also I like saying in this our starting area till round 10, just because the spawns are going to be a lot more dense. Meaning that they're just going to spawn faster. Now these first 3 or 4 rounds, the zombies are kind of slow. I don't think you get runners until round 4. It's a bit of a nuisance, but it's whatever, honestly. Also, if you guys don't know, if you back up and melee at the same time instead of having to do that lunging animation, as you can see, it's just nice. So, pretty useful tip right there if you guys didn't know. Also, if you don't have the Bowie, tomahawks are super useful to find if you can find them. I have done this without the Bowie before till round 10, and I used the tomahawk, just throwing it, picking it up, throwing it, picking it up. Because you will run out of ammo, even with a fully upgraded Gallo. It's only red rarity, so it's going to be doing pretty little damage. So, I do recommend once you get like double points or insta-kills, getting them into a circle, picking it up, and then going for headshots with the Gallo, specifically because you'll have higher salvage drop rates when you have the Gallo on your hands if you have similar attachments to mine. Do never grab nukes unless it is the end of a round. And the reason I say grab it at the end of the round is because it'll give you a bonus 400 points even if it doesn't kill any zombies. That's a pretty cool, neat feature. I don't like the way nukes work in this game. The point system in this game in general, it can use a little bit of fixing. It's not the worst in the world though. I've definitely played worse zombie games. Pretty much BO3 and BO4. A lot of people try to give those games a lot of credit. It's whatever. But yeah, and as you can see, salvage is going to be slow these first couple of rounds. I only got 250, but it's only round 5, and you'll watch that 250 right there. By round 10 will go up to 1500. It's pretty crazy. I also do recommend letting the zombies get into the map after round like 4 or 5, because they will start dropping salvage more, and they can't drop salvage or equipment when they're outside the map. Even if you're able to reach it, if they did drop it, you still can't grab it. Or they still don't drop it, so you pretty much are just losing out on a bunch of free stuff.
I am dialed.
Yeah, that's the reason why spawning with the gallows super useful instead of buying out the wall. You get your own custom attachments. It may not be as many attachments, but you do get that 12-round mag, which makes your mag 27 when pack-a-punch instead of 21 with the normal extended 9-round mag, which I find to be super, super handy. Those extra couple shots will save you in a pinch, honestly. Especially with how spammable this thing is. Using Ring of Fire, I guess it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it still makes a big deal to me. And if you really want to in later rounds, those extra couple of rounds don't make any meaning to you since you're earning Ring of Fire back so fast. You can go re-roll your attachments, and you can get the amount of attachments a legendary would normally spawn in this game. These first rounds are gonna be super easy, honestly, once you get used to how the zombies start to work. This stair place is a pretty cool spot to use. You can mantle this part here to get away. So like, let's say you're training right here, and then you get pinched in this area. You can jump up on here, and then if you have to jump over the zombies, you can do that too. Pretty useful spot, I guess. These first couple rounds shouldn't be too difficult. No matter really your skill level at all, the first 10 rounds are pretty much noob proof. You can't really go wrong in them.
Tag.
I'm actually going for challenges on my shotgun. I need more headshots, but I'm not really too worried about it. Just get a couple more in. After about round 9 or on round 10, you can start using your shotgun. If you can use your melee though, go ahead and do it, just because you'll assure yourself the 115 points every time, which makes a decent difference. Now, you're going to end with anywhere from 28,000 to 31,000 points. So, if you're wondering about what range you're going to be at, now if you left this round, you have enough to get to power, but not do really too much else. And you wouldn't have quite enough salvage to get your gun straight to blue rarity as if you bought it off the wall. Hence why I don't really use it quite yet. But once you have boards like this, mixed with this, Also, stims, molotovs, monkey bombs, decoy nades, those are pretty much the best things for your tactical to have. For, not tactical, your tacticals and lethals. So, stims, monkey bombs, C4s, decoy grenades. A lot of people can run concussions. I don't really like them all too much. Just because half the time you'll concuss yourself. Yeah, you don't concuss yourself for as long as the zombies, but it can mess you up in a pinch, causing you to waste ammo and whatnot. Plus the Megaton gets stunned about as long as you do, if not a little bit shorter, I feel like. And so if you accidentally stun yourself and one of them nearby, yeah, all the zombies will be stuck, but the Megaton will pretty much immediately rush you, and there's that glitch where they can pretty much instant kill you right now, so they can be very dangerous. And then you will start learning the knife from distance. Which will start making this strat much easier. And there's around 10, or here's around 10, that was around 9. So I'm gonna save that till it starts flashing. Now I don't have my headphones in, but normally you can just listen for this little musical cue. That'll kind of give you a hint of when the round's about to start. That's another one of these later rounds. If you really want XP, you shoot them once with your gun, then kill them with your knife. It'll give you XP for your shotgun. That I know 100% gives you XP for your shotgun. Same thing if both of you and your friend need XP for your guns. If both of you shoot a zombie, whoever, as if you guys are using the same gun, you'll both get XP for that gun. But you'll pretty much get XP for whatever gun the person who finishes the zombie is using. So you can actually level up 2 guns at the same time if you and your friend are sitting in a corner. My friend got my M16 to level like 9 or 10 or something like that, and I got his Gallo to level 16 just from playing together. And me getting kills with my Gallo. Oh, I forgot to say a zombie. Yeah, there needs to be a zombie counter, honestly. I'll like, start talking and get messed up. So if that happens, I do recommend leaving that area. Now, this round's going to be a much harder. Make sure you're paying attention more than me, because you will mess up like that a lot. And your knife isn't a one hit on this round anymore, which really sucks. And your shotgun isn't either. Luckily, there's well under 100 whatever zombies, so you should have enough shotgun ammo to shoot once knife.
Save me a bullet or two.
And of course, you're not too stressed for points on this round. So if you need to get a couple kills in, that'll be fine too. With your gun. So start spraying in. Now, of course, this is just a red rarity. I could train these guys downstairs and upgrade the rarity, but there's not really any point. As you can see, I got an insta-kill, which is a bit lucky, but in the long run, this round isn't too difficult as long as you just pay attention to what you're doing.
One shot multi-kill.
Well, that should be last right there, so
Window's gone. I'll let you know when the
make
next
sure
one's
not to do
available.
anything to him, not even hit him with a concussion by accident. Now, you're probably wondering why not buy Jug. Well, you don't need it. So the first thing you're going to be doing is the Coffin Dance Easter egg. super simple, super easy, and it guarantees you a legendary weapon pretty much. And you're only on round 11, so legendary weapon is kind of a big deal. So go here first, I recommend. I forgot you had to turn on the power first. So pretty much turn on the power, activate that, both terminals, and then you can either do Pack-a-Punch or do that first, really doesn't matter. There's not going to be any enemies that you're going to be facing. So terminal. Terminal.
What the hell is that? Doctor, it's not what I think it is.
And then computer portal. I recommend jumping over the fence this way to get the fastest route back up.
I did not believe it true.
Now, the zombie on this round will die once you activate the coffin dance thing, but, yeah, it's not that big a deal. It'll go straight into a dog round after that, which guarantees you a max ammo. So, yeah, I do recommend breaking these crystals. Did a weapon just fall through the floor right there, or was that salvage? That was weird. Monkey bombs, I don't need them this early on. Free ammo. And yeah, pretty much you're just gonna follow that ping that was there. Pack-a-Punch is super easy to get to. It's gonna be in one of two locations every time. But it's either gonna be in the Deadshot Daiquiri room right there, or it's gonna be in the Speed Cola room in this little elevator area. And you're gonna have to go through one of the two ether portals that lead to those rooms. So once you fix the Pack-a-Punch machine, it's going to take you right back into the normal world, and just run over here and just get prepared to start doing the coffin dance. It's not difficult, like I said. So you're gonna have to shoot these blue orbs. So there's number one. Number two is gonna be right here under where you turn on the power up. So that's number two. Now, number three is gonna be right over here. Now the order does not matter. So there's number three. Number four is gonna be right up there. You can reach it with a shotgun. Number 4, and number 5 is going to be right down here under Pack-a-Punch stairs up in this window. There is going to be number 5. And it's going to take us right into the coffin dance, and as you'll see, once we teleport, he's going to die, and it's going to go to round 12. As you see, there's a 250 XP. And round 12. Now while you're in here, no zombies or enemies will spawn of any sort or kind, so you'll be pretty fine for a little while. Right now you can relax. Now during this step you can do the one of the Easter eggs where you go down there after you make the ether scope and grab it, and you can do the journals during this. But this is pretty much a simple run with no complex Easter eggs. This one, I'm doing 2 Easter eggs, shooting some orbs which are super easy to memorize their location. There's only 5 of them, and the other one pretty much it walks you through the Easter egg. So super easy. You should have no problem doing these 2 Easter eggs on your own and memorizing them without much problem. So right here, as you can see, it's going to shoot us straight into the next round. Now the reason I didn't Pack-a-Punch my weapon or anything like that is because, like I said, it's going to be a dog round, and dog rounds, they die pretty easily. So now, the reason I want to just go down there and open that up is because there's actually this little, like, screen on it with these flashing smiley faces, and you want to open it when it's on the yellow smiley face, like that, because, and actually the smiley faces aren't there, they're just, because the yellow one guarantees you pretty much the highest rarity weapon possible. That is going to be your best way to get a ray gun or a D machine. So this time we got a 1911, and you also get free Juggernaut, so super useful. got 2 things. And like I said, it doesn't guarantee you a legendary, but it guarantees you the highest rarity weapon possible. Had I clicked on blue or something like that, I probably would have got something much worse. And the 1911 actually aren't the worst. So I'd recommend coming over here and upgrading your weapon to tier 2, because this round of the Megaton will spawn. There's a little bit on there. So I'm going to go pack a punch my Gallo, finding where he's at. There he is. So I'm actually going to double pack it, and then put napalm rounds, and run away.
One less pain in the butt.
And that's pretty much all I have to know, and after this round, I'm going to pretty much end it here, because the rest is up to you and how well you are at training zombies. Now, you can use camp strats using the same methods will get you to the point where you have the right weapons and the right gear to be able to do a camp strat, but it's not a guide to a camp strat, so do not take it as anything like that. So I ended up not double packing my weapon for some reason, which is fine. It saved us some ammo, except for we got a max ammo, so it doesn't matter. And now what you're gonna want to do is I saved the last enemy. It's a really good thing to do, get used to. So there's last. And now you're gonna want to pick up this right here, key card. And this is how you're gonna get your free D machine. So you don't have to use these. I just do that just in case you get a D machine out of it. You don't have to do this step. Or if you get a ray gun, you don't have to do this step. Unless you want to use the ray gun and the D machine. But either way, it's super useful to do that step. Now you're going to come in here and you're going to go to this thing with the key card and press insert. And then the store is going to open and you're going to grab this DIE remote control. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make your way back to the beginning of spawn area in Nocturne, Nocturne and Toten. And I'm actually going to upgrade my armor, and let's go. Now this step is pretty simple, and so I'm actually going to kill the zombie, so that zombie starts spawning on my way there. Because for this you're going to need to do a little bit of a train. You can either do it in this airplane mode and risk in this airplane like area, or do it in spawn. Spawn is what I recommend. It's super easy to train in spawn, especially with stamina up. If you want to grab that, you definitely should have plenty of money to buy it. So you're gonna want to come in here, and you know, I also recommend opening up this door right here if you have enough. So go ahead and open it up. And as long as you didn't buy too many perks, you should have enough for it. So you're going to pretty much just start your train in this area. There's plenty of things to get zombies stuck on and be able to move around. With stamina, you pretty much move faster than every zombie. So you should have no problem. I don't have stamina up. It's not the most important thing. And that's why I didn't really. Yeah, so we can shoot the dogs. Don't worry about those guys. Yeah. So if you want any, pretty much guides on how to do, you know, certain upgrades to the DIE, I can do those as well. So now that you got a really large horde, you're going to want to come in here and activate this thing and stand right by this door. I recommend standing at this angle so that they run pretty much right in front of it. And once it stops sucking, you just want to stand right by this hole again. So as you can see, it stopped doing the super suck. Hold square on it, and boom, it'll actually shoot the door out, and now you get yourself a free DIE shockwave. Super easy, and super efficient. Now pretty much it's all up to you. You have a double packed shotgun on round 15 with enough to buy many perks. You don't have to spend the money on Jug. So it's free Juggernaut right there. If you want to buy a perk before you get Jug 2, it'll actually save you money technically. Because now the perk's going to be 3,000 since I already have a perk. When if you buy that perk for 2,500, then get Jug, now you have 2 perks. So And it's for much cheaper. It's only 500, but 3-point counts. Now, all this is just saving up till round 21, rolling for the ray gun, or saving up to around like 24, 25, somewhere in that area, and trying to roll for the ray gun.
That zombie fucker.
Now, there is a way to get the ray gun for free. If you want to try to learn how to do that method, go ahead. It is a bit complex from what I've heard, but it shouldn't be too hard. You know, most of the Easter eggs on this map are decently noob friendly. I like earning that type of stuff. No, the DIE Shockwave, in my opinion, isn't all the best. It does work with certain strats. Definitely using the Ring of Fire, it's super powerful. So if you do this and then just spray out, and then as you can see, this
Kill if they're already dead.
sucking up zombies, and they die instantly. It's a pretty early round, but you'll do similar damage even in later rounds. So, Ring of Fire, super useful, super helpful. By the way, you do not replenish your Ring of Fire when standing in it, but you can activate it, stand out of it, kill zombies, get back in it, suck them up, stand out, kill zombies, get back in it, suck them up. So, that is, and to show you the difference, I'm going to shoot a shot out, and look how slowly now the zombies suck up, comparatively as to when I was standing in the Ring of Fire. It's much slower now, but
If only I could kill their
as you can see, the DIE Shockwave, really insane early rounds. This should be your second Megaton round coming up pretty soon, and this thing just makes it a cakewalk to do it. And same with this shotgun, as you can see, it's just crazy powerful, especially if you get Deadshot Daiquiri. This shotgun will one-shot up until nearly max health, yeah, as long as you're getting headshots.
Shouldn't have led with your chin.
And you're somewhere in the point-blank range. We're already hitting 2,000 crits without even, you know, Deadshot Dagger, or even being triple packed, and going to rarity, so pretty crazy damage. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this, I guess, stream, but really it's more meant to be a video, just because I didn't feel like editing or doing anything like that tonight. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that you guys are making it to some much later rounds now that you guys know how to get the die for free, how to get a free possible ray gun or legendary weapon. Maybe you can get a legendary spaz out of that too, so you never know. It could save you some time if you don't really weren't worried about this extra little magazine size. And that can also be useful. Or maybe you don't even like using the spaz. Maybe you get a legendary Howler or a legendary MP5. You know, anything you can get out of that is going to be super useful. Even if you don't get the ray gun. If you're doing it with a friend, you can also get a DIE, and now you and your friend have a DIE Shockwave. So now you both don't have to try to roll for that and ray gun if you're doing a strat that requires both.
One shot multi-kill.
So yeah, this pretty insane, pretty insane. I'm glad we found out how good this is, because it honestly makes the game so much funner when using the Shockwave. It actually makes it feel like a wonder weapon. And also C4s, I'll show you guys right now just the damage they can do too.
One less pain in the butt.
Yeah, it's not the latest round, but as you can see, they can one-shot, and they have a pretty wide radius. Like, if I throw right there, that's a pretty decent distance, right? Like, if this is a horde of zombies, that's a pretty wide radius, right? And look, that's gonna do damage to me. So, really good using those. And that'll be all. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Probably dying to zombies right now, not gonna lie. Taking forever to load.